Okay, hello everyone. Today we continue our series of events dedicated to the Linux basics. In the first part, you were given the task to complete an interactive course on Killer Coda dedicated to the basics of working with Linux. And today's webinar devoted to the final quiz. We will go through all online assignments. After them, I will answer 34 questions on the quiz. Okay, now I want to warn you that this course is great but contains errors, and I have no way to fix them. So this could prevent you from completing it to the end. Please know this. And to save our time, I'm using onliners. Onliners, that means, so you already see it, that's a set of commands written in one single line. As usual, we are using in the chat English. We are respectful of each others, and please leave your questions under the description on the video, and I will answer them after the webinar. So let me start our Killer Coda test from the beginning. Let's update the page. And start. Okay, the first task, so I will use editor. It looks like Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's start. First question is create the directory, and let's put the code here. I'm using the mkdir command that creates command test, or that creates directory test, and also we use path here to create another directories. As you can see, we have here. Let's do check. Let's move on to the second question. Create files. Okay, let me copy paste my onliner here. In this command, I'm using echo command, and echo command prints the greetings directly to the file. I'm using redirect here, and it goes directly to the file. So let me show you the file. As you can see, string inside the file. Let's do check. And let's go to the third question, create many files. So the first command that I will use it's a touch command, and creates files. And in braces, we have our range. And let me show you the difference between this command and for loop. So as you can see in the description, we have to create my file 01. So in this case, like we did, we have no such files like my file 01. We're starting with number 1. So instead of using this, I will use for loop. Okay, for loop will replace some files. Okay, let's give this time to do. It's still working. Okay, let's wait a little. And let me explain what I have here. So as you can see, I'm using the for loop in range from 1 to 10,000. And then I do the same command touch and create files using the printf command. And let me explain what we have here. That is our formatting. So the %sign and 0 to D tells printf write some important things. So first of all, %size sign tells that we want print a variable or a value. 0 tells to add with leading zeros if needed, and the number 2 tells that we want 2 zeros, 2 leading zeros. And then letter D tells that we are printing an integer. So the command is completed, and let me go up to many files. Okay, it doesn't work. So let me clean this folder. Okay, I have no connection, so let me back. So my killer code connection was lost. So let me go through the steps quickly. Okay. So in this case, I will use for loop first. Let's give it some time to create files. Okay, done. And so not this folder. And as you can see, my file name starts with my file and 01, as we can see in an example. So do check, validation is successful, and we are going to the next question, use pipe. So here we have to create one file copied with string new content, and then we have to add to another file. So let's copy my code. Okay, let me explain you that we have here. So echo prints the string, the command T writes it to the new file. Then we have redirect here to def null. That means we throw away all output from the T command. And then we have logical end. That means that next command will be running on successful previous one. And the cut command prints the source file and appends it to the destination. Okay, let me show you this file. As you can see, both links are here. Let's do check. The next one, copy. Okay, we have to do here copy file into higher directory test and copy this file into TMP directory with the name copied file. Okay, in this command, I'm using the cp command. It makes the first copy, and then logical end says, so as in the previous one, only run the next cp if that one was successful. And the second cp does the copy to empty directory. So let's do check. And validation successful. Okay. Let's go to the next step, move files. And here we have to move test one file to the root directory and then move many files into the test movie. So let me paste the command here. In this command, I am using the mv command. That means move or rename files and directories. Test one file, myfile.txt, is a source file, and root is a destination directory for this file. I'm using here also logical end that will run the command if the first command is successful. And then I'm using the mv command to move directory test many files. That is the source directory. And test moved is the destination directory. So let me check. Okay, the validation is successful. The next question is alias. So we have to create alias, and let me explain a little bit about alias. So an alias is a way to define a new command in bash that actually run the existing command with parameters. So it's like giving the nickname to the command. So some case thing to know about alias. So they are defined in .bash rc file or bash alias files for your user, and the format is name command to run. So let me show you my command. As always, I'm using one-liner, and I use echo command to push the string to the files that I mentioned before, bash aliases, and then I'm using the logical end here to append this output to maybe not on the append, yeah, to append this file to bash alias, and then the last command, source bash rc, loads this alias into the system. Okay, let's do check. Okay, we can also try to use this alias. So here we can copy. My dear. And as you can see, we are in my home directory, that is root. So that means our alias is working. Okay, the next step, users. In this question, we have to create users, administrator, app user, and another user. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let me explain this long command that I have here. So first of all, I'm running sudo. That means this command is running with root privileges. Then I am using bash -c. That means I'm using the quoted text as bash command. So then I have loop. It iterates over each user that we want to create. So I have here administrator, app user, and another user in a loop. Then I'm using -m to create their home directory, and -s and the path bin bash to set their shell to bash. Then I have to then $user inserts the current username from the list. Done ends the loop, and so we have here the last command. User mode modifies user -a. This option stands for append, and it used to add user to the specified groups. But these options is without removing the user from other groups. And -g, this options specifies which user should be added. And then we have an app username. Okay, let's do check. And validation is successful. Okay, let's go to the question number 9. Now we have to remove another user. So this question is simple. We will use the command sudo userdel -rf another user. So let me explain this. So as always, sudo, this command is used to run command with root, like super user. Then we are using userdel command. This command is used to delete a user. -r, that means remove user with his home directory. And -f, that means force removal. Okay, let's do check. And validation is successful. Okay, next question number 10. We are operating with users. And so we have to add app user to sudoers file by editing special group as secondary to the users. So it's a complicated question, and let me show you before doing this step what is actually sudoers file. I'm using the vsudo command to open this file for you. In this file, you have different groups and users. Here is the user with rights and %, that means groups. And we are going to add our app user to the group sudo to allow execute any commands as root. Okay, let me close this file. And paste my command here. Okay, and let me explain what we have here. So as usual, sudo, it's a command for running our commands with elevated rights. Then the ghost command usermod. It's a command that used to modify user, and as in previous, we have -g. That means we add user to the specified groups, and then goes the group name sudo, and the last we have the username abuser. Okay, then we have a logical AND, and then you can see the echo command that I am using administrator all, and then this command specifies the string that we write inside the sudo file. Let me explain what we have here after administrator. That's a pipe symbol. And here we can see the command T that writes it directly to the sudoers file that devoted to my user administrator. Let's open the vsudo command again. So let me check the sudo group here. Okay. And do check. So the validation is successful. Let's go to the next question. Logs. Okay, here we have to copy logs to the directory, to our home directory. This is simple task. Just we will use the cp command, and that I have different path, and the last symbol that stands for my home directory. You know, in Linux you have different ways to go to your home directory, like writing just cd or cd $home. I'm using now variable. And if you want to check our command that we are in a home directory, we will use pvd, and we are in our root home directory. Okay, let's do check. Okay, next step is a cron tab. Let me explain a little about cron tab. So this cron tab is a file, works as a schedule for creating and running commands. And to edit the cron tab file, we have to enter the command cron tab -e. So I will using the first point. Okay, it opened for me the cron file. And what I have to do then, I will copy prepared string Sorry, not this one. Let's do it from the beginning. Okay, now it's correct. So we have to do different commands here. Now, first of all, we have to, and the schedule is every minute to have a result. And we have to create redirect to the cron log and to the error log. So this command that I write here contains 5 stars. So this is the cron schedule. Each asterisk represents a specific time unit. So let me save this file and let this task go while I will explain this. And let's open it again. Okay. In this case, all fields are set to asterisks. That means that our job will run every minute. Then I'm using the echo command. These variables and who am I? This is the command executed by cron tab or by cron job, and it uses the echo command, just print message that includes current date and time, and also the username that is executing the command. Then we have redirect to the var log. The first redirect with number 1 redirects the standard output of the command to the file mycronlog. The number 1 represents the file descriptor for standard output, and the next command appends its output to the file. The second redirect to the error log stands for error log, and the number 2 represents the file description for standard error. Okay, let me close this file. I hope our job is running. And let me check files once more. Let me open var log first. Okay, let's do cut command, and let me. Okay, you can see the content of the file mycronlog, and as you can see, have the date, the user. So it seems to everything works well. Let's do changes like in the task. Let's create a mistake. We will do something like that. The system doesn't need this command. Let's save this file. We have to wait a little. And the next file that we want to see, then we'll go for errors. So let me copy the path. And I will using the cut command. as you can see, we have an error. System tells us that EOO command not found. Let's wait 1 minute, because in this description, to validate our task, we have more than one lines. As you can see in Micron log, with 3 lines and 1 line errors. So let's do again, so still 1 line. Okay, we have 2 lines. Edit cron file again. Okay, let's remove this whole line. And we go to the last task. So we have to execute our job every Saturday, 5 p.m. and 16 minutes. Let me show you the difference between this command. So here we have we set our command to 5 p.m. You cannot see 5 because I am using the 25 log, so that goes to 17, 16 minutes, and 6 represents Saturday, the 6th day of the week. Also, what here? The asterisk represents any day of the month, and the second one represents any month. So let's save this file. I'm using CTRL-O to write and to close CTRL-X. Okay. So let's check our task. And validation is successful. Okay, then the next question is symbolic link. So we have to create a link named linked file and then put this file link to the home test directory. So let me insert the command. And let me explain what I did here. So first of all, ln command is used to create links in all Unix-like operation systems. Then we have the -s. These options this is the option for ln command, and it indicates that it's a symbolic link. Symbolic link, also known as a soft links, and they are, as usual, they are references to another file or directory. So they are just similar to shortcuts or aliases in other operation systems. Then goes $home test my file txt. So this is the source file path. We are replacing our $home environment with variable. This just represents our current user directory. And then goes $home link file. This is the destination part for the symbolic link. We also using the home directory variable. So that also represents our user home directory. Okay, let's do check. And validation is successful. Now, next step, hard links. Okay, so we have to create hard link in our home directory with name hard link and link in file myfile.txt in home directory test directory. Let's go. As you can see, we are using the same command n, but without options -s. So and the same here. First, $home test myfile.txt is a source file path that represents our home directory, and the $home hard link. So that's the path for the hard link. Let's do check. And validation is successful. Let's go to inodes. Okay, we have to create inodes.txt file in our home directory. And this file should contain only one value inode of etc docker k.json. So as I saw in the chat, we have an error here because we have no docker k file JSON installed on this system. But anyway, we have created this inodes file, and if you can check it, the validation is successful. So, and let me explain. So we are using the ls command here. This command is used to list files and directories in Linux systems. And -i, this option stands for inode number of each file or directory. Then goes the path to the file. In our case, that's etc docker k.json. And then the home inodes.txt goes to the destination file. We are using here the redirect as well to adding files in inodes.txt. Okay, let's go to the permission. As you can see, you can see bug here. The number is 16, here 14, and we have to create some objects with provided privileges in our home directory. In this, we have to use the touch command with names that provided here. So I have touch my script, my text, and then goes logical end and the chmod command with number 751 to my script .sh. So let me explain what does it mean. So we have different types of permission here. We can execute files, write files, and read files. You can also have groups, users, and all users that we have in the system. In this case, 751 indicates. So let me start with an explanation. Each permission has their own number. Execute stands for 1, read for 4, and write for 2. And the 7 indicates that we can read, write, and execute permission. Then goes the number 5 that indicates that we can read and execute. So the second letter is also for the groups. And the number 1 that indicates that we can execute this command for other users. So the first 7, the 7 number stands for permission for the file owner. Sorry, I forgot to mention it. So let's go to the sh mode 664 for my text file. In this permission 6 indicates read and write permission for the file owner and for the group. And the number 4 indicates read permission for other users. Let's go to the sh mode 700 for my dir. In this case, indicates 7 indicates that we can read, write, and execute permissions for directory owner, and we have no permission granted to the groups or others. Okay, so let me check. So we have no my dir directory, sorry. We have to create it. mkdir my dir. Okay. So the last step we have here, it's a final quiz. So let me clear the screen using the clear command. And what we have to do, we have to execute this script file. Then we say, yes, we are ready. And the first question is here. If you want to list files in colored mode, so we have to use color yes. But if you will put just color, it will also work. So there is a mistake in the system, but the correct answer is number 1. Okay, the second question here, what is the difference between ls-a and ls-A? So let me explain this, because looks like the same, but not the same, because capital letters in Linux means different even variables and options. So first of all, ls-a, that means will show files, including the hidden files, starting with dot. For example, bash rc, like we did before. And it also will show the special folders, for example, like double dots. And ls minus capital A they will show also hidden files, but without special folders. So, and the correct answer here, number 3. Let's go to the next question, number 3. What is mtime? So the mtime always indicates the actual content of the file where last changed. So it gets updated whenever the file data is overwritten or appended to. So the answer here goes to number 2, last modification of the content. The next question is man is. So this is the simple one. The man command in Linux stands for manual, and it uses to display manual pages or help information about commands. So let me answer, and correct answer here is number 4. Okay, let's go to the next question. Man 8 ls will show. Okay, so as you already know, the man command followed by section number, it has different sections. So, and the section numbers categorize the manual page into different types. For example, that could be system calls, maybe library, function, devices, etc. In this case, section 8 is for system administration commands and routines. So the correct answer here is number 3. That will be follow us to the 8th page of manual. Next question, number 6. Function of pvd file. So this is a simple one. The pvd command in Linux stands for print working directory. So it prints the full path of the current working directory. So for now it's root, and the correct answer is number 1. Okay, let's proceed. The next question, number 7. So you are in the data directory and you want to navigate to your home directory. And as I already mentioned, we have different types, ways how to go to our home directory, and all of them are correct here. So the correct answer is 4. Let's go to the next question, number 8. So we have to remove directory and data and everything that is inside. So the best way to do it is using rm command with options -rf, because the commands we have here, rm data, will only try to remove the directory file, but not its content. And the rmdir data -f, so it can remove not empty directories. So the correct answer here is number 4. Okay, let's go to the next question, number 9. What is actually touch command? So we use touch command maybe 5 times today, and the touch command create empty files, or also it could update the timestamp on existing files. But the primary use of touch create a new file. So the correct answer is number 1. Okay, the question number 10. What does command do? And here I have, so this quiz have a mistake. Maybe it's not a mistake, but it's not common way to explain what this command can do, because let's break it to the parts. So first of all, ls minus a and l etc lists all files in the etc directory in long format. Then we have a pipe sign, and it pipes to the grep command ssh. This command filters for only files contained ssh. So we will show all files named with ssh. And that output also piped to vc-l command, and this command counts the number of lines in the file. In our case, that will be number of files in the etc directory that contain name ssh. I hope it's clear. And the correct answer here is number of lines with ssh in the line. But when I did this test, I sent the number 2 as options, as an answer, but that was incorrect one. So let me type 3 here. And let's proceed to the question number 11. vc-l will do what? And as I already mentioned, vc command prints number of lines so first of all, vc command stands for word count, but with option -l, it counts lines instead of words. Okay, and then we have here the redirect. We are redirecting the content of the file named file as input to vc command. So the correct answer here is number 3, print number of lines in the file. Okay, question number 12. Which example represents situation when command 2 operates on output from command 1? Okay, so you know already the pipe symbol, and in this example, let me show you. So we have command 1 and the pipe symbol, and command 2. The other examples don't represent this situation because maybe in first options, command 2 operates only on processes from command 1. Command 3, we have no command 3 because it receives output from command 1 before command 2. So the correct option is number 3, command 1 pipe to command 2. Okay, let's go to the question number 13. Who shows? The who command displays a list of users who are currently logged into the system. So in summary, it provides a real-time snapshot of active users. So the correct answer here is number 2. Let's go to the next question. What is actually a PC command without arguments? Okay, in this, if you write the PC command, it is associated with the current terminal only. So the correct answer here is all processes running by current shell. Let's go to the next question, number 15. The output of id command shows. So the id command displays the real and effective user and group ID of the current user. So the correct answer here is number 4. Let's go to the next question, number 16. So what does it mean in the file shadows? There is also 2 correct options here, because it means password is not set, but the correct option is number 3, password was never set, because this file actually have a lot of information inside, like username and encrypted passwords, the date of password change, and minimum password age, and so on. So, and the explanation mark means that password was never set. So the next question, 17. So I want to create new user with bash as shell and create default home directory. So we did this task in the demo, and the correct option here is number 2. Okay, next question, 18. I want to add secondary group Docker to user new user. The correct answer here is number 1. We are using the usermod command, and as an example before, we're using the options AG to add the secondary group to the user, and so the correct option here is number 1. Okay, let's go to the next question. 19. What sudo command allows? So this is sudo means super user do. It allows to normal user run commands as the super user or another user without logging in as root or knowing the root account password. So the correct answer here is number 2. So execute command as root. There is a bug. Next question is the same question, so let's answer number 2. The next question, number 21. And we have a mistake here as well, because the correct command will stand like sudo usermod, then options -ig, and then we have to write sudo and then my user, because here we specifying the group sudo, and the correct answer is number 4. Let's go to the next question. So what does it mean in sudoers file? That means that my user execute commands on all hosts, and that user also can execute as user in any group, and the last all specifies the list of the commands. So our user can run commands on all hosts as all users and all commands, but without with asking the password. And the correct option here is number 1. So if you will use the sudo command, you will be asking for password. Okay, let's go to the next question, 23. That's a simple one. By default, our logs are saved to the var log directory. What is std error ID? We already mentioned that for errors is number 2. Okay, next question, 25. I want to redirect all output and errors to my log. What should I use? In this option, we have an operator that redirects standard output and standard error to the specified file. In our case, the correct option is number 3. So we're running out of time, 6 minutes left, so let me go faster through our quiz steps. The next question is 26. What I want to add job to the cron tab. What should I use? So we already use it, and the correct answer here is number 3. The question 27. 27 question, when I log it as my user, I created a cron tab where my cron tab file is located. By default, the file you created for your user located in the option number 1. Okay, let's go to the next question. I want to check detailed information about my file. To check all information about your file, it's the best way use stat function, stat command. And the correct answer is here 4. The next question, 29. 29, I want to create soft link. So we already mentioned soft link creation goes with options -s. So the correct answer here is number 2. Okay, the question number 30. I want to know if my file has many card links created. In this case, we can use the same command, start my file. It will show all information about this file. Okay, let's go to the next question. One of the statement is false. And the correct options is number 1, because hard links can be created between different file systems. Okay, the next question. What does it mean? In this case, we have character D that indicates that it's the directory. The next 3 characters, RVX, represent the permission for owner, the directory. In this case, owner can read, execute, and write. Then goes RX, that represents for group members, and they can read and execute permissions. And the last 3 characters represents the permission for others users. So that means we have the second correct options. Let's type it. Okay, let's go to the next question, 33. We have to translate 642. So in our case, 6 goes to the read and write. The next option, 4, that means we can read, and 2 represents to write. So the correct answer here is number 3. And the last question, number 34. What does it work? chmod plus X. And we already mentioned that it adds execution permission to owner groups and other users. So let's type number 2 here, and we have congratulations. Let me check. So validation failed. So we did mistake something. So let me do not here. So 24 and 23, 24 were wrong. Let me return to the questions here. Maybe it was just my mistake. 23. 23 was about Warlock. So let me check my file. Okay, anyway, maybe I just typed the different answer in the quiz. I will update the description for this video, and I will put all answers to the description. Maybe that could be the link to repository or something like that. But anyway, 1 minute left. Let me go to the OPT folder. And let me just TMP folder. Okay, with out of time, I cannot find the file with results. Maybe it's in TMP directory. Okay, anyway, I will provide the correct answers for you after this webinar. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry for this inconvenient situation in the beginning with my microphone. I will cut this part from my video. Thank you for joining. I will update the description that I mentioned before. You may answer any question in the comments. I will answer them, and I will also put my contacts to Discord or LinkedIn webpage to you have my contacts here. So thank you for watching and joining me. I hope you will do this task correctly after this webinar. Thank you and bye.